My name is George Duesenberry. I am the Vice President for the Southeast for the Trust for Public Land, a national organization that preserves land and builds parks for people. I also serve on the Decatur City Commission.
Hi, my name is C.G. Deliawe, and I am a 2L at Emory University School of Law.
My name is Rhett McLeod, and I'm a 26L at Emory Law.
My name is Annie Dietz. I am the Director of Training and Professional Development at the DeKalb County Public Defender's Office. I am also an adjunct professor here at Emory Law.
My name is Jamie Schickler. I am an attorney with the DeKalb County Public Defender Office. I also co-direct the intern-extern program at our office. I graduated from law school here at Emory Law in 2013.
My name is Elaine Poon. My pronouns are she and her, and I am a senior staff attorney with the Public Rights Project, which is a nonprofit organization that represents cities and counties and other localities that are interested in furthering civil rights.
Well, EPIC is one of the reasons why I came to Emory. I was interested in environmental law. I was interested in public work for the public good, and EPIC was one of those things that for somebody like me, it was a plus in terms of coming to Emory. You also have great programs in terms of the connections with the government agencies here in Atlanta. My EPIC internship was with the National Wildlife Federation and a gentleman named David White, who I grew to admire and kept in touch with for decades afterward. He has since retired. I really focused on wetland policy when I was working there, and I basically did a brief looking at federal wetlands law, how it applied to the state level, for saying as we're making decisions about how we're going to live, as we make decisions about what our world is going to be, the environment needs a voice, and I wanted to be part of that voice.
So the work that I did with the National Lawyers Guild that summer, I had no idea it would happen, but upon graduation, I applied especially the litigation skills that I learned doing 1983 actions. My first job out of law school was a 1983 job with a local lawyer who's a National Lawyers Guild lawyer.
When I was here at the law school, I was not only a board member of the Emory Public Interest Committee, I also received one of the EPIC scholarships for my summer internship at the DeKalb County Public Defender Office, where I still work today, many years later. And I'm so glad that we benefit today from students still receiving those EPIC grants and coming to our office now.
After my second year in law school, I was trying to figure out, what is my career path? What do I want to do? I'd worked at the EPA, again, a great opportunity provided by Emory University School of Law. I'd worked at the National Wildlife Federation not once, but twice, similarly as an intern. And somebody recommended working for a member of Congress. And so I ended up working for Congressman John Lewis. I volunteered in his Atlanta office a couple afternoons a week and realized that I was more interested in policy than law. And obviously law is a great foundation for getting involved in policy. I recognized the opportunity that EPIC afforded me. Most of us aren't rich. You're in law school, and a lot of the public interests agencies, the government agencies, they don't necessarily have funds to pay students who need to get paid. And what EPIC does is it bridges that gap.
I interned at Atlanta Legal Aid Home Defense Program, and so I was working with a team who was doing housing justice work, particularly for homeowners. I was the only intern with the home defense program specifically, so my activities that I did ranged from drafting response letters when a client had some sort of issue with their HOA. I also filed an administrative complaint on the behalf of a client. Another interesting thing that I got to do is records research, where I was pulling the documentation and history about titles and loans and liens for clients who might have been facing some challenges. Finally, one thing that I really loved is that I got to work with a nonprofit organization that was actually doing some research for a new law that they wanted to see implemented in relation to probate cases and housing concerns with that matter. And so that was really fascinating for me as well.
The start of my career in public interest was at DeKalb Public Defender. I started there back during my first summer after law school, and I worked all summer there. I was able to speak in court and go to the jail, meet clients, do a ton of things that my friends just weren't able to do when they worked at law firms. And I really loved it. I fell in love with the work, and I knew I wanted to come back, so I came back the following year, my second year, and I kind of never left. I just stayed there all year. I worked there during my spring semester, during my summer, and my fall semester. And now I'm getting ready to graduate, and I hope I get to work there after I graduate. It's built my confidence a lot. Like, I don't do very well with public speaking, or I didn't. And kind of the exposure therapy of having to do it all the time has made it a lot easier. And it's also given me a lot more empathy and gratitude towards people. It's just made me a better person in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think the process of people having to really articulate their interest in the work itself and being screened through the EPIC committee and being given scholarships based on their interest and passion for the work, we are really getting students who are deeply committed to the work, which is a huge part of what we do. So I think that having folks come in on the EPIC grant gives us an idea that these are folks who want to do this work for the right reasons. And that is extremely valuable to our office, to know that those people are there. Not only do they have the talent, but they have the heart for public defense.
I wanted to do something that I felt was meaningful every day. I wanted to engage with people and gain relationships with people, tell their stories, and being a public defender is a way that I get to do that every day.
We are in a historic moment, but actually every moment is important in this country. I think that if we want to keep this democracy going, we have to encourage one another and pull each other up, through the ranks, to be public interest lawyers, to protect and defend the Constitution. And without internship support like EPIC, that is very difficult. I discovered how important it is for our client base to see representation within our ranks, within the legal ranks, who reflected their demographics, so that they knew that their lawyers understood at least a little bit more of what they were going through. And that can be very difficult to achieve a more representative legal profession if we don't take extra efforts to provide internship support like EPIC provides.
Well, I would encourage people to get involved and support EPIC. There are a lot of folks who come to law school wanting to make the world a better place, who could benefit from your financial support. It's not a ton of money, and it really makes a difference.
Thank you so much for your support and your investment.
So thank you to everyone who's donating or considering donating.
The impact is really immeasurable, so thank you.
Your donations will not only assist our students here at Emory Law, but will assist the broader community and help us seek more justice every day throughout the Atlanta community.
Your funding, might feel like a small amount of money, even just a small donation, but it can really go a long way for someone who is at that phase of their career where they're really choosing between taking that big firm job, which feels safer, or taking a chance and pursuing justice and spending their summer on something really powerful.
Law brings power to people who don't necessarily have it. It's nice making a difference in the world.